You know that.
Let's make lemonade. Okay, let's go to work.
That's the signal! Go, 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 go! Six! It's beautiful! Mother Nature just pissed her pants, dude!
Wake up and hit the ground running. It's The Rush, presented by Willis Auto, with Travis Justice and Ross Peterson bringing you raw, unfiltered, and unapologetic talk about sports, life, and everything else that matters. No filtered, no fluff, just The Rush.
Welcome to the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. Good to have you along this morning, and make sure to check out Willis Cadillac. Escalades are available right now, which rarely happens. They also have Escalade allocation open, so you can order yours today. Start your buying journey at willisauto.com. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushradio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. Watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and of course, leave your comments in the comment section, and follow us on our social media channels. Good morning, Ross Peterson. Long time no see.
Yeah, it's good to see you, my friend. It's good to have you back with us here on a Monday morning.
It's kind of weird. I was actually kind of nervous sitting down behind the controls because I haven't done this for a while, and it was like, okay, what do I do here? And I had to get back into a routine. It's been a week and a half, and now it's like settling down, getting back to normal, and it's all good. It's all good.
Good to have you back, man. What a wild weekend. This is one of those days that we could do a 4-hour show, and we also have a bunch of good interviews and fun stuff planned today. So
Yeah, coming up at 6:30, Chris Connley from the Iowa Event Center, KC Center, going to be joining us. Brooks Reynolds going to hop on at 7 o'clock, and then a new interview to the show. And I hope I hope this turns out the way I think it's going to, and a guy that we can have back several times. His name is Keith Mandillo. He's actually an athletic director and a Division III women's basketball coach, but he's become this outspoken person when it comes to the finances of NCAA athletics. And he's one of the best finds on YouTube right now. And he's got a lot of opinions. I set this up long before I went to Italy. It falls on a day that's really busy, so we're going to get into that stuff. But I know, Ross, you were checking out his stuff today. I think this is going to be a fun interview.
You sent me a clip of his, man, was that a month ago or so?
Yeah.
And I really liked that. Well, then this morning I started going back and watching some of his latest videos. He's got a lot of really great stuff out there about the deep dive of the finances of college sports, which is something that we like to talk about. It's an interesting topic, and man, there's been a lot of developments in the last couple of weeks too. So, be fun guy to talk to. I'm excited about it.
Really, really interesting out there. Hey, the Northern Iowa Panthers are dancing. The first time since 2016. Ben Jacobson and the Panthers are going to the NCAA Tournament. Here's what's impressive, Ross. They become the lowest seed in Missouri Valley Conference tournament history to win the tournament. They were the number 6 seed going in. They become the lowest seed in the history of the tournament to win it. And what a season. Up, down, back up again for the Panthers. And just a great run in St. Louis.
Yeah, really fun. Is this an indication, Travis, that the Valley is maybe deeper than, and deeper is the wrong way to put this, I think. More competitive. You know, at the beginning of the year, I think we only gave a couple of teams a real shot of winning this thing. That we have to realize that the Valley is going to be a league where the talent's going to turn over really quickly. I mean, every year the talent's going to turn over at some of these schools. So Jake is fantastic. He did an awesome job of coaching these guys up. I felt like as I was watching this weekend, that what we were saying all year long was coming to fruition. That thing of like, it doesn't matter. Play for Arch, play for that St. Louis tournament, and you can win a couple of games down there, and that's all that matters. And UNI does that. Now, I have seen guys talking about where this puts them. 12, 13, 14 area is what it seems like. I think I saw Tyler right as the group was firing up this morning. Somebody asked Tyler, our kind of resident UNI fan, where they'll be. I think he said 13, and then I pulled up bracketology, and right now on ESPN's bracketology, they have them as a 12 seed playing in Portland against Tennessee. None of that. I mean, but again, just an indication of where they might fall on the rankings.
Before you even told me where they were going to fall in bracketology, I was going to say a 12. The 13, 14, 15, 16s are kind of relegated towards those even lower mid-majors to not even mid-majors. I think they're going to be at 12. They're not going to climb up to an 11. That's going to be too high. I would be shocked if they were 13. That would really, really surprise me if they were 13. I think a 12 is
You're
kind
really
of
going Naven Johnson here. You are pigeonholing them there. They're not good enough to be 11. They're not bad enough to be a 13. They're going to have to fit right between the elephants and below the pencil and left of the erasers.
That's exactly it. And if you go over the course of time and look where most Missouri Valley Conference teams fall, I think they fall in that 12 spot. It's just the right place to put them. They're viewed as a better mid-major conference than most. And I think you can look at the body of work over the year. I think the committee can go, okay, let's look at the Valley as a whole. Yes, Belmont won the regular season title, but let's look at those 6 teams. And when UNI was, and I hope they take this into account, when UNI had its losing streak and really fell on hard times, they were dealing with injuries there too. I mean, this team could have easily won the regular season title. It was good enough to. It had the talent to. It just had to deal with some injuries in midseason, come back from that, and I think it's going to be slated for a 12. I could be wrong. I hope I'm not. They're not going to be an 11. 11 would be a little high, but no lower than a 13. But I think you can pencil them in for that 12 spot.
Drake made one hell of a attempt, didn't they, man? Hendo put together a great run and gets a couple of nice wins before they just ran out of gas in that semifinal against UIC. But a really good way to end the season after a really bad way to end the season.
Yeah, I mean, you got to look at it, and we were talking about it yesterday, and it's just one of those things. You can only play so many games in a row before you become exhausted, right? And having to play on an opening day and then get a win and then turn around and beat Belmont. You're just, what was that, their third game in 3 days? That's just hard on the legs, man. It's hard to be that
like
low.
72 hours too, because all of them had been the early game. And you had, second game is against the best team in the conference. But we'll chat with Hendo at some point here over these next couple of weeks and give him some chance to breathe. But you got to feel pretty good about at least getting a couple of wins and getting a monkey off your back before you go into the offseason, because that had been a horrible way to spend the offseason.
Oh, absolutely.
Losses or whatever it would have been.
Yeah, and so, you look at Ben Jacobson, and I was watching him yesterday. I watched the entire game, and it was just fun to watch him. Of course, Ben's been on us a couple times this year. I reached out to him yesterday, see if we can get him on this week. But, for as much as we talk about coaches who preach, hey, do the right thing, be there for your guys, it's about culture, over a 20-year period, the guy who's talked about that and has lived it is Ben Jacobson, right? I mean, he has nothing left to prove. 20 years at UNI, and Kevin Harlan was bringing it up yesterday. He goes, this guy's had a chance to move on to several major jobs, and turn it down to stay in Cedar Falls. And you don't see, and we won't see, I don't think, a Missouri Valley Conference coach stick around that long. The Valley is typically known as a stepping stone. We saw it with Nico Medved. We saw it with Darren DeVries. We saw it with Ben McCullum. I mean, you just don't stick around that long and are able to do this. And I was watching him going, he just seems different. I like Jake with the quarter zip on and not this, and I was there when he got hired when in the Missouri Valley Conference when he took over for Mac, and then kind of followed him the whole way. And I've watched him change just personality wise. And I think that's becoming just comfortable with, he's always been comfortable with who he is, but I think there's always something to prove. But now when you're the dean, when you're like, okay, I've been doing this a while, I'm pretty secure. He just had a glow to him yesterday that was fun to see out of him.
Trav, I feel like that's all. I was going to ask, what is that we see in him? But I feel like that thing that you just described is something we've seen the whole time. He very calm demeanor. When you say the quarter zip, you just kind of know Ben Jacobson's going to be a steady rock over there. He's not going to be animated, not going to be screaming and yelling. A lot of respect for the guy and respected nationwide. Man, I hope I'm sure he gets the calls. I don't know that he's turned down other jobs. When Kevin Harlan says he's turned down major jobs, I've never heard that.
I believe he had the years ago had the Texas A&M job kind of offered to him. I know he had the Minnesota job offered to him at one time.
Okay,
and I think we'd be shocked, Ross, at how many times the phone actually rings and guys just say, you know what, I'm not interested. When Dana Altman was at Creighton, a lot of people don't know that he was offered the Illinois job at one point, and I know that he interviewed for it, and he came back and he said, "Hey, I'm just not going to take it," and that was kind of under the radar one, right? I think there's a lot of things that happen under the radar. You look at his resume and the teams that he's been able to go to the NCAA tournament with. You beat Kansas one year. He's been offered jobs, but you go sometimes. I wish I was secure enough in my own skin to go, I'm just happy. I'm just happy.
I like it here. This is home, and I'm good, and I make enough money. I have enough. He seems like a guy that recognizes that. I've got enough. I'm good. So I hope he sticks around. It was an awesome weekend. Fun to see him. Fun to see you and I make that run, and now we get to watch a third Iowa team in March. So.
Yeah, it's the hard part about the Missouri Valley Conference is that they play a week earlier than everybody else. You've got the Big Ten, the SEC, the ACC, the Big 12 coming up this week. I think it's hard to wait that extra week. Those other teams, you play and then you roll right in the tournament. Some people will say, hey, is it good to get the rest and relaxation? I think when you're in a routine and you're playing, 2-3 games a week, you want to stay in that routine.
I completely disagree with you. I think
Really?
yep. I think that you get look at last year's Drake team. They come out and you play fantastic, almost make it to the Sweet 16 because you're on fresh legs. I mean, one of the reasons. You had a great team and a fantastic coach and Bennett Sturts and all, you know what I mean? You had all that other stuff too. The Valley has not underperformed in the NCAA tournament in a way that I would go, man, you got to change some stuff. So I think you get the benefit of you were and maybe very much a local perspective here because Drake and you and I. But to me, they were the most important. They were the big tournament this last week. I mean, watching basketball this weekend, I was more glued to the Valley tournament than any other conference tournament. So I feel like you're kind of, you get a little bit more of center stage there. You're not going to get any play next week when all the big dogs are playing, and you get the benefit of getting a week off to rest your legs and prepare. I think it's a great thing.
And what you just brought up right there is the reason the Valley plays early, and meaning that they get to be kind of the center point conference tournament. Yeah, you had some other ones, but the fact that they get their final on CBS is because if they were playing this week, that final would be regulated to like ESPN Plus or ESPN U, right?
It was already on ESPN Plus. Yeah, you'd be like the 9th plus.
Yes. Yeah. And that was a strategic move by Doug Elgin years ago to say, hey, because I'm old enough to remember, yes, I'm aging myself, that the championship game used to be on a Monday night, Ross. This is going way back. They used to play a championship game on a Monday night because that got them on ESPN. And they made an adjustment and made a deal with CBS to say, hey, if we can have the Sunday game on CBS, we'll adjust our tournament so we can have that it's not a primetime slot, but you know what? If you're on being on CBS is a lot better than being on Peacock or ESPN2 or any one of those. It's just
I will tell you, yes, you're right. That gap is closing quickly.
True, because of streaming.
But it was cool yesterday to be sitting there and you're watching the UNI game and it flips right to, all right, now the women's Big Ten championship, go from UNI to Iowa. Cool, on CBS.
And you got a premier broadcast team. You had Kevin Harlan and Robbie Hummel doing it. I give Kevin Harlan credit. You know, his dad passed away last week. His dad's a Dowling grad. I don't know if you knew that. Bob Harlan, who was the president of the Packers. And Bob Harlan is a Dowling grad, went on to be the president of the Packers. I think they got a statue of him up there at Lambeau Field. That would just be hard to – your dad passes away that week, and what are you doing? I got a funeral, and then I got to go to the Missouri Valley Conference Championship game. Got to go to St. Louis.
For 99% of the broadcasters I know, that would make sense. And you'd go, oh, that's a big opportunity. Yeah, man, Dad's going to be very proud. For Kevin Harlan, I go, you know you could call. Hey, guys, something came up.
Yeah, just got to.
He's so good.
He is really, really good. So now we sit and wait for the Northern Iowa Panthers. Again, I think it's going to be a 12 seed. But you look at it, Ross, and they did it with hot shooting yesterday. I mean, they shot 63% from the field. They shot 52% from behind the arc and 77% from the free throw line. Trey Campbell was incredible. He was 6 of 9 from three-point land. He had 23 points to lead the Panthers. The tournament MVP, just an outstanding performance. They didn't turn the ball over a lot. Either did UIC. It just UIC did not shoot the ball as good as UNI, and they were red hot from the beginning. 515-517-2303. Let's go to John. John, welcome to the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. What's going on, John? John, you there? John.
Guy comes back, phone line doesn't work. See what he does? Trav comes back, can't even get the phone lines to work. Blames me.
It might be my fault. No.
Oh. It might be your fault?
No, it was there. It might, I know it's. Well, here's what happened. I had to do the plan B with the phone line today.
What do you mean?
Because I had to go back to the old way of doing it on a computer because my phone is gone.
We didn't tell that story. Do you want to tell that story?
Sure. So I'm living without a cell phone, folks. I am living without a cell phone because I literally dropped my phone in the toilet. You've heard stories about this, and I can actually say that it happened. It actually happened Saturday morning, or was it? Yeah, it was Saturday morning. I took my morning whiz, good and yellow.
That's not
had the
good,
phone in
by the
my.
way. That's not good. But go.
But
Okay.
I'm being descriptive. It's my morning.
Yeah,
my morning one.
Stinky.
Yeah, just you can smell it. Had my phone in my hoodie pocket. For some reason, I turned around really quick, and the thing flew out of my pocket and straight into a pool of piss. Is what it did. Straight into a pool of piss. Yeah. And then so I'm like, what do I do? Reaction. I put my hand straight into the toilet, nice and warm at that point.
Like I'm assuming reaction, right? Not like
Yes.
you didn't have time to think about, okay, how can I? You just reactively reached down there and grabbed it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And now I don't have a phone. It won't even turn on. And my wife's like, well, if you had an iPhone
that quickly, you
yes.
have something. You must be drinking the same stuff that the dudes in Hot Tub Time Machine were using or something, because you got some radioactive pee if it instantly fried the battery.
Well, it worked, and then it started shutting off, and then I started going down the Google machine. What do you do if your phone gets wet? And they're like, well, if you don't have like these gel packs, because they don't want you to put it in rice anymore. They're like, don't put it in rice.
Really? Why not?
Like these, I have no idea. It's just what it said. Don't put it in rice. So I didn't put it in rice, and they said let it air dry if you don't have like these silicone dry packs. So then I let it dry, and now it won't even turn on. And so I have zero phone.
Ryan just said he's Android. Duh. Is that a difference between? How did you say you have an Android? Did I miss? Did you say that?
I have a Google Pixel, which is an Android phone.
Okay.
Which is an Android phone.
When you said you couldn't use rice, and then he wrote that, I was like, can't use rice on an Android?
Can't.
I didn't know I thought the bag of rice was the trick. I thought that was the thing. If your phone got wet, you throw it in the rice and it fixes it. So yeah, I got an email from Travis Saturday morning because we were coming over. Courtney and I went over and spent Saturday night with Trav, and had a surprise birthday party for his friend Pat, who you guys all got to meet. That was with him in Italy. 74. Happy birthday, Pat. The Saturday morning, I get an email from Travis. And the email says, dropped my phone in piss. And it's like, no jokes. I'm already having a bad enough day. No jokes about it. But if you need to contact me, you can email me. He forgets I have his wife's number, right? So I call Ann Jeanette. No jokes. It's what like the first thing in the email. No jokes. I'm not in the mood. No jokes. Ann Jeanette answers the phone laughing. I hear Travis in the background. Hello. Hey, Ross.
It's not funny, man. It's not funny at all.
Kind of funny. Like it's a little bit funny. A little bit funny. Do you? So what's your? So you again? It happened on Saturday morning. Are you getting a phone? What do you? I mean, what's the plan?
So what I did is I luckily now I got this phone back in August. I bought the extended insurance plan.
Oh, nice. Is it actually going to help?
So I think so. It better because I had to pay a $99 deductible. And then they're going to send me a new one this week.
Okay.
So that's what I did. That's what I got. So
Do
new
you
phone should be here by
all-
Wednesday or Thursday.
Do you at all feel like liberated not having your phone with you? Do you at all feel like you're, for the first time in a long time, not tied to your pocket?
No, I feel naked because here's the deal. With your phone, you have two-step authorization with everything. So I can't get into bank accounts. I can't get into my company email because I've got two-step authorization, and I can't even forward it to my computer for that because I'm trying to log on to my computer. I can't access anything.
Authenticator. Authenticator.
And I get the security behind it, but man.
I worked for a company that was $90 billion in debt, and they made us do Authenticator. It was like, well, are you afraid somebody's going to come steal your debt? Give them our information. Maybe they'll save us.
Yes. I've got Facebook on the computer. I've got all that stuff, but it's a lot of other stuff and my text messages, so it's like, oh.
Yeah. I have Mac. Have you ever heard of it? Yeah, I have Apple. Mac. Yeah. And so if I lose my phone, I got a big mobile phone right here.
Well, now the good thing is Google backs up all my stuff. So I've got my contacts. I don't lose. And even when I take photos, they go into the Google. So I've got all that stuff. But it's more the authenticator stuff that I'm like, and text messaging at this point. So
I thought I'd lost my wallet the other day. I had like misplaced. It was like, but you have like that hour of not having your wallet. You have that nightmare of, oh God, I got to replace all that stuff. My phone, I feel like I'd just go to this Apple store. Hey, I lost my phone. I don't know. I don't even know what I do.
Do you have insurance on your phone though? So I paid the extra like $250, which is now worth it because I get a new phone. I had to pay the $99 deductible, which is fine. But I had broken glass earlier, and that fixed that for free.
Yeah. So I don't think I have insurance. I'm usually a no to the add-ons guy.
I don't blame you. Don't blame you at all. Totally understand why. But yeah. So there. So I tried to do the phone thing. I'll try to get it fixed over the break. Over the break.
Over the break? What do you mean over the break?
When we take a break, I'll try to get it.
I thought you meant like spring break. I'm like,
no.
Try to get it fixed. You mean try to get the phone?
Redialed in.
Do you want me to try to call you?
No, because my phone doesn't work. Either that, we could have you.
I didn't mean call your cell phone, jackass. My buddy Bency lost his phone fishing one day. The day that we caught the billion perch. He had set his phone on the motor box and it fell off and into the lake.
Okay.
He had about a half hour of like, oh, this sucks. This is awful. I'm panicked. I'm gonna lose. I'm losing deals. By about 9:00 that night, he's like, freedom. This is the greatest feeling ever. He's like, when he finally got his phone back, he sent text to everybody. He's like, I highly recommend everybody take a day without their phone. But here, I can. You're anxious about it.
Because I'm a little jet lagged, right? And the best way to get over daylight savings time is to be jet lagged because going to bed was not a problem. But I woke up about 3 and I couldn't death scroll. I'm just sitting there and looking at like shadows on the ceiling. I'm like, where's that movement coming from? So I'm sitting there getting freaked out. So then I stand up. I'm walking around the room going, okay, this thing's moving. Where's it coming from? I could be death scrolling on my phone right now, but now I'm over analyzing shadows that are on the ceiling.
Could be death scrolling. Instead, I have to just raw dog my life.
It's right.
Sit here stuck with my brain.
There are things I don't miss about the phone, but there are things I do miss about the phone. Two things can be true at the exact same time. Just remember that. Hey, if you're looking for a mortgage for your home, Gary Presnall with Northwest Bank is the man to call because he's been financing homes for over 25 years. He offers VA, FHA, IFA, and first-time buyer loans and conventional and new construction loans, and all approvals are done locally by Northwest Bank. Gary can get you pre-approved in 30 minutes or less, and it can happen after hours, during the week, and on weekends. Gary's been the state's top producing mortgage banker for the last 8 years. Give him a call at 515-975-6767. That's 975-6767. Chris Connley from the Casey Center scheduled to join us next on the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
This is Iowa Wolves basketball. Fast, loud, right on top of the action. Every play hits harder when you're in the building. Now it can hit even bigger. Win cash in a VIP Timberwolves trip from the Iowa Lottery. Play Cash Frenzy for your chance to win instantly. Didn't win? Enter non-winning tickets into the VIP club for a shot at courtside seats with the Iowa Wolves or a Timberwolves getaway.
When you work with a company like Mr. Electric that goes above and beyond and makes the customer their priority, that is just a real joy to encounter these days. It was a fairly complicated project and it was intimidating. They made it look so easy and they were very professional, very clean folks. They thoroughly explain what they're going to do. It's clear that they're experienced and that they know what they're doing. Having professionals out there that can do that for me, that gives me a lot of peace of mind.
Keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
With over 260 beers on tap, El Bait Shop isn't just another craft beer bar. It's the best. Beer lovers know El Bait Shop, 200 Southwest 2nd, Des Moines.
There's a new spin on casual dining near Drake University. Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers. Craveable faves, flatbreads, delicious burgers, frozen cocktails, and a crazy cool vibe. Get to Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers today.
My name's Gary Prosnell, and I'm a residential home mortgage banker for Northwest Bank in Des Moines Metro Market. I've been financing people's homes for over 25 years, and I'm an expert in financing VA loans, FHA loans, IFA loans, and new construction homes. This is my cat, Norm. Norm knows basketball, but he doesn't know mortgage. And that's where I come in. There are a lot of Tom, Dick, and Norms out there doing loans. So don't just trust anyone with your home loan. I'm your local, trusted, experienced expert. Please call me. I would love to help you.
Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Here at Willis Infinity, we love spring. Flowers blooming, birds chirping, and potholes. Wait, we don't love potholes. Hitting potholes can cause all sorts of alignment issues and tire damage. For the month of March, we are offering a pothole special that includes 20% off mountain balance, rotate, and alignment. Schedule your appointment online at willisinfinity.com or stop in today.
Hi, it's Noel. If you're thinking about popping the question, start with a jeweler you can trust. At Fiscus Jewelers, we offer the largest inventory in Ankeny, featuring stunning engagement rings and rare and forever natural diamonds, pre-screened with advanced technology. If you don't see exactly what you're looking for, we'll custom design it together, and our CAD drawings are always free. And when it's time to say I do, don't forget the guys. We offer the largest selection of men's wedding bands around. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Back to the Rush. Strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Welcome back to the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. Have you been to the Empire downtown yet? It's one of the coolest spots in down Des Moines. Start your morning with fresh coffee, drinks, and made-to-order breakfast sandwiches. Then swing back for lunch favorites like Chicago beef, flatbreads, or chicken pot pie. And don't forget happy hour. Buy one, get one free beer, wine, and well cocktails from 3 to 6, Monday through Friday. Perfect for after-work drinks and dinner with friends. The Empire keeps things fast, fresh, and affordable. It's been a busy couple of weeks down at the Casey Center, and it's going to get busier again today with the start of the boys state basketball tournament. Yes.
Busiest couple of weeks of the year for Chris and the gang?
Well, let's ask Chris Connley, who joins us now.
He's nodding in affirmation there. all year long, this is the busiest series here, right? I mean, you got a month of action here.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Good morning.
Bud. How you been?
You know, a lot of people ask, they're like, wow, you had a busy week with girls state basketball. But what they don't realize is we also had Deer Classic over the weekend, too. And on a Saturday of Deer Classic, there's about 11,000 people that come through the doors. So you add that with 3 girls state championship games, like literally that Saturday is probably the busiest day we have in the calendar year.
Deer Classic is one of those events that's one of the most underappreciated. People don't realize, even my kids, we got off the freeway the other day and they saw the billboard. And Audrey's like, the Iowa Deer Classic. And she says, I bet our neighbor goes to that. And Eli says, oh, he goes to way cooler events than that. I said, Eli, Chuck's at the Iowa Deer Classic right now. That's a fun thing, man. Even for a non-hunters, it's a cool thing to walk around.
Guys, it's massive. Like the biggest thing that we talked about with the promoter at the end of the day on Saturday is like, how can we get more parking, right? So I'll probably be calling Principal Park to see like what we can do. I mean, literally, it's gotten that big. And Trav, I know you were traveling. Ross, I don't know if you followed it, but last week with girls state basketball, I've never seen anything like it. That might be a record breaker in terms of attendance. The games that we had, you guys obviously heard or saw the Norwalk game.
Yeah,
that they lost, which was heartbreaking. But guys, we've never gone upstairs for a 4A final since they've gone to 5 classes. So Carlisle and DCG on Saturday, we went upstairs. Like we've never done that before for a 4A game. So in 2 days between Johnston, Waukee Northwest, and then the Carlisle game, both went upstairs. It was unbelievable last week.
So I noticed you had the drapes, right? Did you have to just move them? Did you say, oh, when did you know, hey, let's open the drapes up?
We did. I mean, you guys know how we're set up, though. Like, we don't cover the upstairs, like where the restaurant is, right? Like, so right away, we can get people in that area, and that's how we do it. We've done this before. Last year, Dowling and Johnston went upstairs, so we were ready to go. We did not expect that for 4A, though, on Saturday afternoon. It was unbelievable. And that's where the whole parking thing came in, right? Like at 2:30, like that's when that game tipped off. That was peak time for Deer Classic. So it's like we got to figure some things out, but they're good problems to have.
Very good problem, you know, because everybody wants to have a good experience, right? They're probably like, what is this? So what would you do? Go to Principal Park and then have a shuttle? Is that what you're talking about?
We're looking at that, Trav, and like obviously that's what we do for the NCAA tournament. Like we've done that before. We can get the reader boards outside to direct people down there. We just have to work with Principal Park. Like we've never gotten to this point where we thought it was that crazy, but it is. Principal Financial also has some surface lots that they don't necessarily use on a Saturday. So we have some options. Lucky enough, we had Trina Flack in the building for the Carlisle game. So I had a chance to talk.
Oh, nice. Got through some red tape there.
Yeah. And like, I mean, that was the deal before. Like Greg is the one that kind of put a lot of those things in place before with NCAA, like those relationships. And now it's Trina. So we just need to figure that out. But needless to say, guys, last week was amazing. It really was. So
I'm just going to throw this because I think Tyler put that up there.
Yep.
You have a lot of surface parking at Casey Center. Could you build another parking garage to add layers to that? Parking garages are expensive, though. People don't understand how
you would
expensive
know that, Trav. They're millions of dollars.
Well, look at it this way. A parking garage right now, because we're building 3 of them, is almost $28,000 a stall. A stall.
Oh, then come on. Then didn't you just answer the question?
I think
no, because you charge for parking.
Yeah, I don't think we do, Trav, because I think in most cases, a lot of it is just directional, right? Like you can be a couple blocks away. Like if you get off on 7th Street, you can walk a couple blocks between the garages and lots. And like most of the time, I think we're pretty good. But I'm telling you guys, this past Saturday, I've never seen it like that. You had people coming in for the girls' basketball game that did not expect this with Deer Classic, and it took them a while to get in. It was a late arriving crowd, but no, I think we have some alternative solutions, like between Principal Park, some of the other lots that aren't used on a Saturday. We just have to work with them. And again, I talked to Trina. We'll get it done. We'll figure it out.
I mean, Travis, you said $28,000 per parking spot. So if they charge $13 per event, they would need 2,500 events to break even.
Yeah, but you pay for it over time.
Well, yeah, but Trav, we're talking about a handful of days throughout the year that Chris is having this sort of problem where you need a parking garage.
I would agree. And hey, the other thing, guys, that I would say too, one of the really cool things, I mean, like we only have 1,300 spots that we control, right? I wish we had more, but there's a lot of parking in and around. Guys, I'm telling you, after a big event, it does not take long to get out of here because it's so spread out. You put that parking garage in, how backed up do you think that would be on a Saturday?
Well, that's true. That
would take you a half hour to 45 minutes to get out of there.
So the boys tournament starts today, and people may have forgotten this. I did until you reminded me. And this is the last boys basketball tournament in Des Moines. And
It is.
You're talking years. I remember going to Vets, seeing some games at Casey Center. It's moving to Hilton Coliseum next year. Do you think it ever comes back to Des Moines, or do you think it's gone for good?
Trav, I don't know. I mean, you guys ask me, and I'm always honest with you guys. Like, this one's bittersweet. Like, a lot of people ask me, like, what are your favorite events? Like, last week, girls state basketball, unreal. Like, those games are just unreal. And, like, what? You have over 60,000 people that come through the doors in a week. Like, state wrestling a couple weeks ago, we had 13,000 people in for the finals night. Like, I talk to my colleagues in the business, and they laugh at me. They're like, nice problem to have there. Like, nobody has that anywhere. So you get the boys basketball, and it's like, man, I love this. I really do. Like, you're going to have 3A and 4A quarterfinals today. They're all great matchups. You have some great players. Iowa's got a lot of D1 kids. Like, again, this is an event that I look forward to every single year. So it is bittersweet, but it's like, I understand it. I really do. I mean, like, the High School Athletic Association, great partner, right? Like, they're still doing wrestling. Wrestling's never going to move. Boys basketball, there's a couple things. Like, Hilton's a great building. Like, I mean, nobody can dispute that. I think if you guys look at it, like, we got lucky with girls last week with the matchups, but people aren't coming to games like they used to. You guys, we're all close to the same age. It's like, that's what you did when you were younger. You went to every game, right? Like, they're not doing it anymore. And, like, I talked to Tom Keating, and Keating's like, well, I got a chance here. Like, Hilton's a great building, and they're building Sidetown, right? And, like, that's the big thing around this. And they're trying to just give the state tournament a jump start. Is it forever? I don't know. I get what they're doing. They were very transparent. Jamie Pollard was part of that. So I look at it and I'm like, man, that stinks. Like, I'm going to miss it. I really am. Like, I'm going to miss that full week of boys state basketball. And people are like, what are you going to do? Well, the first thing we did is you make a call to catch Des Moines. And it's like, forever, guys, the first 2 weeks of March, we were landlocked with the state tournaments. Now we got an opportunity. Can we get a women's Missouri Valley Conference tournament here?
Oh, wow.
Can we get one of the wrestling tournaments here? Can we fill that? And I think the answer is yes. And I think that'd be really cool. We'll get as many people? Probably not. But, like, when you start looking at financials, say I get a Missouri Valley Women's Conference tournament here. You won't get as many people, but we can sell beer. And it's a different type of deal. And if we hit it in a year where Drake's good or UNI's good, the people will come. So I think the short answer is it stinks, but, like, we're moving on. Like, one door closes, another door opens. And what I would tell you guys immediately, you know, look, from October through mid-April, I can't hold any weekend dates because of the tenants that we have in the building. By getting that extra week of March back without having the boys tournament, I'm telling you guys, already for next year, we were able to land a Zach Brown Band show on a weekend in November where I could never do that before. So financially, we're going to be okay. It's a bummer they're not staying, but I would say I understand it. And Trav, you asked, is it forever? I don't know. I mean, I could see them coming back at some point. Yeah. Man, this place is so special. These kids come in. You can see it every single day we host a tournament game. They love coming to Des Moines. Will Ames be the answer? I don't know. It is pretty cool that they have Sidetown up there, and I'm rooting for them. I'll go up next year. So we'll see what happens.
Chris, are you doing anything for the video boards to commemorate Des Moines as the host over the years? I mean, showing, you know, just to say goodbye. Is there going to be anything that takes place on one of these nights?
Trav, that's a great question. And honestly, I don't have an answer. Like, unless the boys are doing that, we didn't set anything up. Like, it's different. Like, when the state tournament comes in, it is truly a rental for us, right? We're renting the building. They put the show on, and then we just support them. So if they're doing something, I'm not aware of it, but that's a good point. If they do, that would be pretty cool.
Man. Yeah, that'd be neat, Trav, to see some of the old, imagery from the barn. Did both state tournaments use the state map with the dots?
Yep.
Yeah, that was cool. And that thing sat in the Hall of Pride for a long time. That was neat. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's cool. Guys, it's cool. I'm going to miss it a lot. I really do. Like I said, though, one door closes, another door opens. We have some opportunities. Totally get it. The High School Athletic Association is such a great partner. And even dealing with it, it's not an easy move for them. Yeah. You guys should talk to Tom Keating. Ask him what he expects. I don't think he knows. He's just trying to give this thing a jump start, and I'm rooting for him. We'll have some other opportunities to do some cool things. Catch Des Moines. I mean, like, they'll dive right in. I'm guaranteeing you guys in a couple years, we'll have some kind of other tournament in the building. And you guys know, like in March of 28, we have NCAA basketball coming back. So we don't go that long without March being really, really busy again. So we'll be okay.
You didn't get up early and get in the office just for us, did you?
I can't sleep. You know, with boys basketball, girls basketball. I can't. These 4 weeks, like you guys talked about it, we go high school state wrestling to AAU wrestling to girls basketball. We had a Wolves game yesterday, Deer Classic last week, boys basketball. I mean, it's unbelievable. This is why you get in the business for these kind of weeks. I mean, we can't be any busier. We have such an awesome staff. Like, you just wake up, you come into work, and you see the same people every day. But it's really cool, guys. It really is.
I like the idea of wrestling tournaments. The Big Ten normally goes to host institutions, but man, if you can, the Big Ten wrestling tournament would be a major draw.
Great.
Yeah.
I agree. You have Big 10, you have Big 12, you have other conference tournaments. Like, it's just, we have some opportunities there. And I think it's neat because we never had this, right? These first 2 weeks of March have been booked forever. And it's like, at first, it's like you're losing this and it's like you're bummed out. Like, what are we going to do? But it presents opportunities. And I think we got a great building, guys. And people around here support the building. Like, whatever we put on, it usually sells tickets. And I think we'll have some other opportunities. And obviously, Catch Des Moines, there's nobody better. If they'll be able to attract something, it'll be something new, and people will be like, this is cool, you know? So it'll be all right.
I like it. It'll give us opportunities, yeah.
Before I let you go, did people buy a lot of Casey's pizza over the girls' tournament? Casey selling a lot of pizza?
Well, I'd start with state wrestling. So the breakfast pizza at 10 o'clock in the morning for state wrestling was pretty popular, to the point where we had a huddle on Friday. We weren't sure we'd have enough pizza to get through the Saturday night, which we did. But it's unreal, guys. I mean, you know, everybody coming from all over the state, you walk in and you see the Casey store on the South Concourse. I think we sold about triple what we normally sell in pizza for the high school state wrestling tournament. And basketball was probably pretty close.
Damn. All right, Chris, I know you're going to be busy all week long. We appreciate you taking time with us, and let's catch up soon, bud.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys. I appreciate your support.
Not a problem. Chris Connley from the Casey Center and the Iowa Event Center joining us on the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive.
I didn't want to put Chris in a bad position, so because this is not what Chris, wants to come on to talk about. The boys' high school basketball tournament, Sci-Town was a part of their reason for leaving now?
I don't know if I think probably more for Iowa State to go after it, right? You need Sci-Town's going to be an interesting.
Will Sci-Town be done in next year when the boys' state basketball tournament is not in Des Moines and everybody goes up to Hilton? Is Sci-Town going to be part of the draw?
Probably not yet.
In 5 years. Is Sci-Town going to be part of the draw? Because you know this stuff better than I do. Will Sci-Town be done and that vision that Jamie Pollard has for it now? Will that be a part of that complex in 3 to 5 years?
Sci-Town's interesting to me because you see a lot of developments that pop up, and for developments to be successful, you need year-round traffic, right? If you're gonna put a restaurant up there, you need more than just football and basketball season. You need year-round traffic. My question is, does Sci-Town become a draw during non-game days, right? Are people going to go, hey, let's go to Sci-Town for dinner? Yeah. Let's go to Sci-Town to spend the night there. Let's get in a party. I don't know the answer to that. I do know this, Ross. I mean, I look at Charles Schwab Field in Omaha where they play the College World Series. Sure, Creighton plays its college baseball games there. The Big Ten has its tournament. Those aren't draws at all. Those restaurants down there make enough money over a week and a half period to stay open for the whole year.
Yeah.
But by the time College World Series rolls around, they're like, we need business. Because nobody goes, hey, let's go down to the stadium and have pizza. Let's go down to the stadium and have ice cream. Nobody does that unless you live down there, and they don't have enough population down there to support all that.
And Chris, obviously, very I love his candor. I love how honest he is. And he even says, man, I'm going to miss that. I loved having the boys down here. That was really a good thing for us. We'll figure it out. We'll have a concert. We'll get a tournament. We'll find a tenant for this. And by the way, then I hear that and I go, oh, wait, that will be a competing event for the boys state basketball tournament up in Ames. That will be something for people in Des Moines to do other than drive to Ames to go watch a high school, which interest in is already okay. All right with that.
He's not wrong about attendance. I mean, again, dating myself, but I go back to in the 70s and 80s at the old barn at Vets Auditorium. We'd go up for an afternoon game for a class 1A, 2A girls basketball game, and it would be like packed just for that because people would just go to the games just to watch. Ross, I see it in high school football. I see it in high school basketball. It's like, well, if you don't got a kid playing, do you just say, hey, let's go watch Dowling and Johnston play? I know they didn't play in the state tournament, but just the random fan going, I need to go check this game out. I don't know if that happens anymore.
You know what that random fan does now? Because my dad's that random fan. He watches it on TV. I can sit on my recliner and I can watch it here, and I don't have to do the $13 parking or because it's funny. We were talking about parking, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh yeah, and then it's going to go to Hilton, and it's easier to park in downtown Des Moines than it is get in and out at Hilton. In my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but I've always thought.
Here's what I like about the Casey Center is that even when you park a couple blocks away, you have the luxury of a skywalk system, right? That truly makes Des Moines unique in the fact that, like, hey, I'm just going to get in the skywalk and because you can park in a garage a couple blocks away, hop in the skywalk and stay fairly warm. You're not walking in the elements. But man, I forgot about the Deer Classic. 11,000 people for the Deer Classic.
Huge. One of the most underrated events. Remember when we talked to Chris about that a long time ago? Like, what are some of the things that people don't talk about that make a big impact? He's like, the Deer Classic. People come from all over for that. I've gone down there and walked through there. It's pretty cool.
Yesterday, the Iowa Hawkeyes lost their third game in a row. They lost in overtime to Nebraska, 84-75. And, the big stat that really sticks out to the Ross, and people were complaining already this morning in the chat. I saw it yesterday on X. Nebraska, 20 of 27 from the free throw line. Iowa just 10 of 15. They were down 10 with about 4 minutes to go. Made an incredible comeback to force overtime, and they can play with anybody. They can play with anybody, but it's they got a tough road coming up in the Big Ten tournament. They're going to be the number 9 seed. They get a bye to start with. They're going to play the winner of the Maryland Oregon game. That's who they'll play. The winner of the Maryland. Those should be winnable games. But it doesn't get easier after that.
I would even say not like half. Need a win.
Yes.
Need a win. The moral victory thing, I felt better about trying to claim that after the Michigan game. Man, that hitting that 3 to tie the game at the end of regulation, that was fun. I'm in the middle of, I think I was cooking. I was making burgers and I'm watching it, listening to it. And that's a fist pumping like.
Yes. It was like a little redemption for Cale Combs, right? Because remember, he was at the line shooting 90% free throw shooter, could have tied the game up, missed the free throw. I'm like throwing things at the TV going, what are you doing? Hit your free throws.
Did you hear the stat, Trav, that he had missed 4 free throws all year and missed 3 yesterday?
Yesterday.
Hits the big 3 to send it to overtime. Again, no moral victories because you end up, getting beat. I hate to say beat bad or getting run out of the gym, but you get beaten out overtime. So it doesn't matter. And it's a loss. So the moral victory thing, it is so weird you said exactly how I felt about it. Hey, we're playing with good teams. Losing to them.
Yeah, because they 1-7 against top 25 teams. The only top 25 win they have is against Nebraska. It's when they storm the court. But yeah, I mean, you're only close, close only counts in what, horseshoes and hand grenades, right? And it's great to play close. It means you're not getting embarrassed night in and night out like some teams do. But you're right, close doesn't count.
I didn't hear this, but Bus writes in and says McCollum wasn't having the moral victory discussion after the game. Kind of cut Dolph off on that. Said
Good.
it's time to start winning those games. That's exactly how I feel about it, Bus. I'm glad that's how what the coach said as well, because that's exactly how I feel. It's the moral victory thing. You can have maybe one of those a year, maybe. Occasionally you can have two if your team is doing the thing, and you can only feel good about losing so long. Man, I love that Jake Sullivan line. You know who likes losing? Losers.
Good way to put it.
You know who feels good about losing is losers. And Ben McCollum's not a loser, and that's why he doesn't want to have those discussions either, because we're in these games. We got to start winning them.
And yesterday, I was listening to the broadcast team, and I know Nick Baugh quite well, who was the color analyst yesterday, and I forget who the play-by-play guy was, but asked him, can they win if Bennett Sturtz doesn't heat up? And Nick said no, and I wanted to say Bennett's got to score 20 points. If Bennett's not hitting his average, he only had 11 yesterday. He was 4 of 10 from the field. He made 2 3-pointers, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Nebraska did a good job clamping down on him. And Bennett Sturtz, if he scores 11 points a game like he did yesterday, they're not going to win too many of those games. He's got to be around that 19 or 20-plus points per game to win.
And Trav, I think yesterday specifically, like in the last couple of games where we've seen, if we've had other games where he didn't go for 20, he was at least getting up 20 shots.
Yes.
They did do a great job yesterday of denying him, but there were a couple of times he's also it's so weird.
He forced some yesterday.
He did. He goes between forcing some shots and me wanting him to force more. You just credit Nebraska, I guess, for that. The fact that he only got, would you say he was 11 shots up?
He got 10 shots off. He made 4 of them. 2 of them were 3-pointers.
So, yeah, you got to get more productivity from him, not just points. Got to get more shots up from him. But so when you alluded to something, because again, I try not to follow this stuff. Were fans upset with fans were obviously upset with the officials yesterday?
Yeah, there was some. I mean, they let him play yesterday. I was watching, going, I don't care if you let him play. I don't. I just want it to be called the same on both ends of the court, right? If you're going to let him play, there were some you're like, wow, you didn't call that, but then they go down and they call it for Nebraska's end. It's just like just be consistent. If you're going to be consistently bad, be consistently bad, but just don't let it influence the game as much as maybe it can.
It seems to me like bitching at officials is like
it's
being mad at Ed Wilson because it's raining. It's not. It's like it's going to happen. You didn't. Anyway, it's I watched the game. And this is why I'm kind of glad I don't do it on social media. I'm not.
That was the nice part about not having a phone yesterday is that I was just watching the game and I didn't get a follow along on Twitter. That was the nice part.
Not impacted, and this is why when you and I watch football games on Saturday, we just kind of sit there quietly, try not to be impacted by other people's opinions and decisions and things like that, and then you can have your own opinions. So because Nebraska shot 12 more free throws than Iowa, that's why the Hawks lost in overtime.
No, they lost in overtime because they didn't make shots.
That could be it. Could be that the guy that they need to go for 20 went for 10 or 11.
And that's another point. You need that guy to go for 20. So Iowa ends the regular season 20-11, 10-10 in the Big Ten. They'll be the number 9 seed in the upcoming Big Ten tournament play on Wednesday, I believe.
Let's play the game right now. A regular season, a success for Ben McCollum?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I do believe that.
Absolutely, he says. I'd say yes.
Yeah, I because they're going to make the NCAA tournament. And now they're probably going to be a 9 seed, so that's not an easy place to land. But making the tournament is with a rebuilt roster, with a lot of unknowns. And there's other guy. I think we knew Bennett Sturtz was going to be good. He was better than I thought he was going to be. Tavion Banks was a lot better than I thought. He plays so big. But yeah, I'll look at the 20 wins and go, absolutely a successful season for year number one. Got a lot to now. I think it raises expectations. I think a lot of people are going, okay, we now know.
Good point. Like this is year one. Yes. These were year one expectations. Turning the roster over, make the tournament. That's a success. Bracketology right now, by the way, Travis has them down on the 10 line.
Wow.
Playing a 7-seed Kentucky in the first round.
I'll take a 10 over a 9 any day.
I would too. Absolutely. Yes. And then in the second round, you might play either UConn or a place called Merrimack. How about that?
Merrimack. Hey, are you thinking about a vasectomy? Urology Center of Iowa offers a no scalpel procedure that's quick, straightforward, and performed by specialists who do this every single day. Visit iowauro.com to schedule an appointment. At Urology Center of Iowa, we see you. Brooks Reynolds joining us next on the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
This is Iowa Wolves basketball. Fast, loud, right on top of the action. Every play hits harder when you're in the building. Now it can hit even bigger. Win cash in a VIP Timberwolves trip from the Iowa Lottery. Play Cash Frenzy for your chance to win instantly. Didn't win? Enter non-winning tickets into the VIP club for a shot at courtside seats with the Iowa Wolves or a Timberwolves getaway.
At Iowa Floor Covering, we believe great floors start with great service. Whether you're looking for a plush carpet, durable LVP, timeless hardwood, stylish laminate, or beautiful tile, including custom tile showers, we'll help you find the perfect fit. No pressure, no pushy sales tactics, just honest guidance from a team that listens. DIY Weekend Warrior, we've got the products and advice to set you up for success. Iowa Floor Covering, floors you'll love from people you can trust.
More Iowa in the Iowa Tap Room than you may realize. Housed in a building nearly as old as Iowa itself, the Iowa Tap Room greets you with a harvest of 120 Iowa craft beers on tap from all corners of the state. And the food doesn't get much more Iowa than this. The Iowa Tap Room, all Iowa beer, one amazing place.
There's always something new at Fong's Pizza and an ever-changing menu of tiki drinks. Or try our new noodle dishes alongside your favorite slice. It's all happening at the new Fong's in the East Village.
Thinking about buying a home? Get pre-approved in 30 minutes with Gary Presnell at Northwest Bank in Des Moines. Gary offers first-time home buyers programs, VA, FHA, IFA, and conventional loans. Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Start spreading the news, cause it's time to buy booze, and there's only one place to be. You can see all your friends, the good times never end, unless you're just loitering. It's Central City, we can make your dreams come true. No guarantee your dreams will come true. Central City, all this booze is waiting for you. Look at all this booze.
Shake off winter damage to your vehicle with our spring pothole special. Harsh weather and rough roads can throw your vehicle out of alignment and wreak havoc on your tires and suspension. But we've got you covered. For a limited time, enjoy 20% off an alignment and tire rotate and balance service. Designed to restore smooth handling, extend tire life, and improve overall safety. Let us help you drive into spring with confidence, comfort, and savings. Visit us today at willischevy.com to schedule your appointment.
The following advertisement is for people who like to save money.
Do you or a loved one suffer from chronic overspending, getting less but paying more? Then you may have a case of big HVAC. Now is the time to try Priority One. We set our own prices, which means you pay for what you need, not for anything else. And if you need a heating service or new furnace, now is the time to try Priority One.
Side effects of Priority 1 include increased happiness, extra peace of mind, and bonus cash for whatever you want. Please use responsibly.
Game on. Keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
Like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Hour number 2 of the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. And Willis Cadillac Escalades are available right now, which rarely happens. They also have Escalade allocation open, so order yours today. Start your buying journey at willisauto.com. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushladio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, and the TuneIn app, thank you so much. Watching on YouTube this morning, give this video a like, leave your comments in the comments section, and, of course, share it with a friend. And if you can also follow us on our social media channels. You know, it's been a while since we caught up with the world traveler, Brooks Reynolds, Ross.
I was supposed to hook up with him for dinner last Thursday. And actually, the Thursday you left, so 2 weeks ago, about 10 days ago. And like at 2 o'clock, I get an email that says, oh, yeah, by the way, tonight's the wrestling banquet for Eli. Who, by the way, Eli was academic all-conference this year for the wrestling.
Oh, nice.
So very, very, very proud of him. But so I had to bail on dinner with Brooks that night.
Man.
Yeah.
Brooksy.
Did have a fun conversation about you that night, though, Brooksy, because one of the young men that's on Eli's wrestling team works for you, and you've spoken very highly of him. And so I went to his parents and told him, I said, hey, you're doing a great job with Jameson. He's a lot of people in town think very highly of him, and he's making a good reputation for himself. And they said, you know Brooks? Well, yeah, everybody knows Brooks.
Well, yeah. Good morning, y'all.
How you doing?
Good. What's wrong with my camera? Why is it like half of my head?
Because you
it's
just
not
move
pointed
it
at your face.
Yeah, move it over to the. Yeah, there you go. Right there. Right there. Don't move it. Don't move it. Don't move it. Don't move. Don't move.
Yeah, the funny thing about those cameras is they gotta point at you.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're wild. They're wild. How are you, man? It is good. It's been a while since we've seen you. You're looking good, and it was exciting to hear that Baconfest is returning to its roots, baby.
Yeah. We actually, I was on the fence of whether to do it or not. It's kind of, it's Baconfest has evolved from when we started it on March 1st, 2008 at the High Life Lounge to a huge festival. But, just ticket sales have kind of been slacking the last couple of years, really after COVID. I mean, really the pandemic kind of put a damper in the attendance for this event, but we still wanted to do it. Actually, I was at a concert and I ran into Jim Reese from Des Moines Bacon Company. And he's like, you got to do it. Come on, man. We need this. And reached out to Jason Christensen at the High Life Lounge. Actually, JC's the general manager, and we were roommates 26 years ago. And I was like, hey, what do you think about getting the band back together? And, he talked to Bruno, and here we are. It's going to be April 18th, High Life Lounge Bait Shop. We're adding 100 more tickets because we're getting a tent for the parking lot. So we're adding a little more space. We don't know what the weather could be like. It's the bait shop and High Life only could fit so many people. So we knew that there was going to be some overflow outside in their patio and just kind of spreading out. And, when we had the second one there in 2009, we had about 400 people. So we know we can, fit and accommodate that amount of people, but it'll be a fun day of all things bacon. We've got City Market from New Albin, Iowa, which is the second oldest meat locker here in the state. Berkwood Farms, great supporter since the second year. They're going to be back. And Des Moines Bacon Company. But then we also have some fun food items. Dom Inarelli from Prime and Providence is doing a char siu pork belly. Marshall Porter and Mike Bush from BW Outdoors are doing a pineapple pork belly skewer. We've got a pulled pork slider, a pork burger, all sorts of bacony stuff, weird stuff. We've got great entertainment. A gentleman from Omaha is driving over to perform.
I didn't know that.
I think It's Ann Jeanette's favorite child, Owen Justice.
Well, I had no,
because other ones listen.
you know what's funny, Brooks? He didn't tell me. I had no idea that he was going to perform.
I sent you a text message and told you.
When did you send it?
Last week.
Well, first of all, I didn't have access to my text messages because I was on a different eSIM.
Are you just prepare yourself for a layered excuse here, Brooks? Okay, just before you get started.
And then, Brooks, I don't know if you heard over the weekend, I dropped my phone in a pool of piss in my toilet, and it's fried. I can't even turn it on. So I have no phone at this point.
It's all right. Nobody wants to talk to you anyways.
You're so true. So true. I was going to, because the last couple of years it's been at JR's on the fairgrounds.
No, it was at the agricultural building at the fairgrounds.
Oh,
which
okay.
And the production value that we brought to this event was huge. I mean, with the venue rental and staging and sound and labor, and this was a $60,000-$70,000 expenses that we were putting together to put this event, and it's just the ticket sales weren't justifying the lift. So, JR's, we don't open really until mid-April, anyways, just because of. We don't have heat in the building.
Right. It opens up. It's a natural air facility.
Right. And we don't have heat in the building. So just with, ground temperatures and pipes freezing, we don't want to risk, opening it up. And it just felt right. People had always, asked, I wish it was still back at the High Life. I wish it was still small and intimate. And we just said, hey, let's bring it back to the beginning and have a smaller event and have it more intimate and limit the tickets and for me personally, it's a whole lot less stress just because there's a lot of stuff that goes into putting on this event and entertainment and logistics and food distribution and alcohol distribution and everything else that you need to do to put on an event for a large amount of people. I mean.
Yep.
So, when you were thinking about not doing it, I said, you got to get to 20 years. You got to get to 20 years. Was that kind of an idea to go, you know what, maybe we should, if we just scale it down a little bit, go back to the roots so you can get to the 20-year mark?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Mindy Toyne of In Any Event, she's helped me for, I don't know how many years for this event. Her Oktoberfest has gone 21 years. And, to have an event, a small, community-based event to go that long is huge. Not many events get to last 18 years, and we're very fortunate. We've had such great community support. So many people have embraced this event. We've had people that have met their significant other, their wife or their husband at Baconfest, and it's fun to see those stories and just hear the stories of just random funny things that have happened. And I've gotten yelled at a couple times from some of my buddies' wives because their husbands would come home and a little intoxicated and they wouldn't be help around the house, or one of the Icelanders got kidnapped by a woman and was taken advantage of, and some
that happens in Des Moines.
Just the weirdness, and Hacksaw Jim Duggan coming a couple times, and getting protested by PETA, and all the weird stuff.
That's a highlight right there.
Right.
I think what Travis wanted to hear you say, though, Brooks, was, Travis, because I kept going because of you. You gave me the inspiration.
Travis is my inspiration, especially with those new glasses.
Are you making fun of my glasses?
I like them. I don't know why everybody says that.
He's so dignified now.
Hey, can we talk about your next world travel?
No, I think I have to postpone that, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I am going to Japan in 3 weeks.
I like I looked at his watch. Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
This though, right?
I'm going to the Shingen-Ko Festival, which is the largest samurai reenactment festival in Des Moines' sister city of Kofu. The Japan Bacon Festival is going to have a couple booths there promoting U.S. pork and serving up some tasty bacon and dressing up as samurais. Just a normal day in Japan.
What you do. It's what you do.
So if people want tickets to the new, and these are going to be hard to get by, right? Because you have limited space, limited availability. How much are tickets, and where can people get tickets?
Tickets are $60. We have a very robust food option. I think we've got 10 food items that are there. Barntown Brewing Company is going to have some delicious, tasty beverages for people to consume. We'll have some nostalgia samples. Tickets are available at our website, blueribbonbaconfestival.com. We'll put some links up on social media. Yeah, we're limiting tickets. Only 350 are going to be available to the general public. We do have some sponsorships still available. I think I've sold through almost half of our sponsor ticket allotments. But yeah, again, it's going to be a smaller, intimate event, and I'm guessing we'll sell out by the amount of people that have reached out to me to try to pre-purchase tickets. And I'm like, I'm not planning. I mean, I'll hook up a couple people that I know that, some diehards that have been there since year one. Randy Kramer really wants to go, and he's like, I still have the original shirt. So,
well, then you're in.
Right.
That's like a lifetime ticket.
Right. Exactly. I was trying to find it this morning to put it on. I couldn't find mine, but it's here somewhere.
I'm happy for you, buddy. Glad you're doing
happy
this.
for you.
Yep.
You're
Travel safe. Talk to us from Japan. We'd love to check in with you.
Sure.
You got the link. All right. See you, buddy.
Thanks. Bye.
Brooks Reynolds joining us on the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive. Let's try this one more time. See if it's at 515-517-2303. Derek, are you there?
Where in the hell have you guys been?
What do you mean? Where have you been?
Woo! Long time no talk, my friends.
Well, Derek.
Hello?
Hello. Can he hear us?
He should be able to. He can't hear us. We hear him. Well,
hello. You there? Nope, he can't hear us.
He can't hear us.
Oh,
that's weird.
What is going on with this? It's all right.
I don't. Could be a microphone thing because I had to switch my thing up. So I'm not going to worry. There's a lot of people right now going, thank God he can't hear us. Though I missed him. I haven't heard from him in a while.
Interested in his take on the Cyclones.
They got a tough draw, man. They got a tough draw. It's not going to be easy for the Cyclones as they start Big 12 tournament play this week. Of course, beat Arizona State on Saturday, but did fall to the number 5 seed in the upcoming Big 12 tournament, Ross. They're going to play either Arizona State or Baylor first because they get that first round bye. But then next in line, Texas Tech, and then after that, Arizona. I mean, just to get to the final, you're going to have to go through Texas Tech in Arizona, presumably if you beat Arizona State or Baylor. That's not an easy draw.
A 5 seed in the Big 12 tournament, and you're probably going to be a 3 seed in the NCAA tournament.
It's crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy.
So, yeah, tough draw, but you're just sharpening the sword here. I don't think you're supposed to pronounce the W that.
I don't think you are either, but you make it sound dignified. You make it sound really good.
You said it with those glasses. Oh man. Oh, sword. No, I think you're right. It's a tough draw, but Trav, there's no easy road through that Big 12. I mean, it's a loaded up top of that conference. So fun tournament, going to be fun to watch this play out, and none of it matters until Sunday, and you find out who Iowa State is actually where they actually fall in the NCAA tournament, what those matchups look like, because the expectation for Iowa State fans is not perform well in the Big 12 tournament. It's not win the Big 12 tournament. The expectation is Elite 8, Final 4, and beyond. And if you're playing really good basketball in 2 or 3 weeks, pie in the sky. Why not? So right now, sure, let it shake out. Going to be tough. Going to have a tough run through the Big 12 tournament. Doesn't matter. Win, lose, draw. All that matters is Sunday, how things shake out from there. It's going to look, and here, by the way, you will have Iowa State friends next Monday furious at the draw. Can't believe that the committee did what they did to Iowa State. Can you even believe it? Can you even believe that the teams that Iowa State's going to have to play?
What does your bracketology have Iowa State right now? Did they drop to a 3?
Yeah, I'm on ESPN's bracketology, and they are a 3 seed right now. They could play possibly Wisconsin in the second round. You're in the Sweet 16.
I wonder if they could play themselves. Well, if they win the Big 12 tournament, they could probably play themselves back up to a 2 seed. But right now, the 3 seed seems possible, or most likely.
And again, I think that's 2 or 3, right? You're in that.
Probably closer to a 3 right now. This is where we start overanalyzing it. We'll watch it closely.
Yeah, that's why I say it doesn't matter. Wait till Sunday. It'll shake out. The committee will justify whatever decision they decide. And by the way, maybe Iowa State does go on a run. They could absolutely win the Big 12 tournament. And if they win the Big 12 tournament, that changes that conversation a little bit.
Did you and Justin talk about the Big 12 court over the women's tournament last week at all? Did you see? I don't know if you watched.
A little bit, Trav. Do you remember when the Big 12 made that big announcement?
Yeah.
And there were people that were like, they're changing the game. They're going to change the game. And you're like, what are they going to do? Are they going to go to a 55-team conference? What's this huge announcement? No, the huge announcement was that they're going to put a glass court down that they could make look like anything. And what they chose out of anything in the world was the exact same design that everybody hated from last year. And then the court malfunctioned.
I didn't see that.
Oh, you didn't see that?
Uh-uh.
Oh, yeah. Some of the panels started to go out. At one point, part of the baseline disappeared. It was the same panel that had the A for Allstate, because Allstate, of course, was the big sponsor along the baseline. So it looked like it said Ill State. And about a 3-foot section of the baseline's gone. But really cool. But man, think of the opportunities that are there. What did you think about it? What was your take on the
I was
groundbreaking revolutionary court?
That it wasn't revolutionary in the fact that you used the same court design as you used last year, which you're right, everybody hated. I'm like, that's what you came up with? You're going to use the exact same. You spent all this money to give us exactly what you had. And I know your starting lineups could be cool and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm like, you gave us the exact same court that nobody liked, and it looks the exact same.
We're going to have a conversation here in about 15 minutes. Burger McChick writes in and says, kind of symbolic of college athletics at this point. Amen. Amen. We reinvented the court? Oh, but you're not looking at the long term here. Yeah, it might cost $1 million to lay, but we're going to sell $2,000 sponsorships. It's going to pay for itself. I mean, it's only going to take 45 years, and the glass will all break, and we'll have to replace every panel, and it'll cost us $1 billion in engineering fees and all that sort of stuff. But think of the sponsorship dollars.
Think of what we can do. The money's going to be rolling.
We're going to make at a place like Wells Fargo Arena. I saw this and I was like, oh, that actually makes a lot of sense. Think of how quickly they can go from high school to women's 3-point line, hit a button and you're ready for the Wolves to come on and play. I don't know.
You could do that.
It's a cool idea. It's a really cool concept. It's a cooler concept when you could utilize it. You know what I mean? Like, remember the Rock and Jock basketball game where they'd have the 10-point circle? Or if the 3-point line moved in and out, or but that's not what you just need a court.
Yeah.
All set.
And you need 2 hoops, 90 feet apart. I don't need stuff moving around.
So maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm being short-sighted on all of this. It seemed kind of dumb. Seems like they missed the mark big time, and they really oversold it.
I think that did they miss the mark, or did they oversell? I think they oversold it. Right?
Both.
I mean,
both, Travis. Because if they missed the mark when they were like, all right, is everybody ready for the new unveil? Last year's court. Look how cool it looks on glass. That was missed the mark.
And I'll agree with you 100% that they oversold it, because I don't know what I was expecting. I was expecting something more than what we got. But I guess at the end of the day, you've got two teams out there playing a game of basketball, and you can't have moving graphics. That'd be distracting if you had moving graphics all the time.
Yeah.
I thought they would have like a different court for each game. Like, hey, this court, that would have been cool. Like, hey.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, why not do like in college football in the bowl games? Why isn't each lane a different team's color?
Or if somebody throws up a brick, the whole floor goes to like a shattered glass.
The whole turned to a brick wall. Yeah.
Or when you bounce, it like, I don't know, you got that Fox laser puck thing.
Oh, Trav.
Just have fun with it.
Yeah.
Did you watch the Iowa women yesterday?
No, I did not. I
Oh,
watched the beginning of it. I was watching you and I. It went to the Iowa women. Game got out of hand pretty quick. I didn't stick around.
If you want to know that, I mean, and I do believe Iowa's a top 10 team, but if you want to know the difference between number 9 in the country and number 2 in the country, it is a 96-45 win by UCLA. That was an ass kicking.
Did you? I didn't watch the game. I did when I was perusing the internet last night. I saw Hassel had a tweet that said Iowa had played one of the top teams in the country. They had 3 games this season against top-ranked teams. They lost those 3 games by a combined 100 points.
Yes, twice to UCLA, once to UConn.
That's that gap that you're talking about. They're a really good team. They're a top 10 team. Then there's this whole other level.
Yeah, right now you've got UConn, UCLA, Texas, and South Carolina. And Texas beat South Carolina yesterday in the SEC title game. So, but you just sat there and watched that. I mean, Iowa scored 5 points in the first quarter. It was 22-5 after the first. Yeah. They scored 9 points in the fourth quarter. They turned the ball over 19 times. Shot poorly. 20% or 27% for the game. 28%, 27.9. And this 21.7 from behind the three-point line. They'll probably get a host a first and second round game for the NCAA tournament, so expect the NCAA tournament to be in Iowa City. So maybe this team gets to the Sweet 16. After that, who knows? But, yeah, yesterday's game, not good for the Hawks.
I did hear. I also saw a clip of. I think it was Bruce Pearl. He's on one of the pregame shows, and he was trying to do a little riff about the Hawkeyes, and he's like, they don't have any superstar players like old Caitlin Smith, and Lisa Blunder might not be there anymore. But
no, he didn't.
Yes, he did. He knows.
Caitlin Smith,
Lisa Blunder.
Wow.
He did drop C. Vivian Stringer in there in the middle of it. He's like, no Caitlin Smith, no classic coaches like C. Vivian Stringer or Lisa Blunder. Coach, slow down when you're reading the teleprompter there, okay? Anyway.
Oh. Speaking of blunders, Coach, you just had a big one. Got a couple jobs open in college basketball right now. Georgia Tech is now open. Damon Stoudemire fired yesterday. Boston College fired its coach. So you got a couple, and there's going to be more. It'd be interesting to see as these conference tournaments start wrapping up and teams that don't make the NCAA tournament, what marquee jobs, if any, will open up. You know, Bobby Hurley's working basically without a contract now. This is the last year of his contract. Does Arizona State open up? Do they move on from him?
Don't you think that? I mean, a lot of smoke there, right?
I think the fact that you don't give him an extension and you take him into that way you don't owe him anything. It's like, hey, your contract's up. We don't owe you any money. Have fun.
And he's not exactly coaching himself back into the job.
No. I mean, I look at Ben Jacobson as, you know, his number will be called again from somebody. I think it will be. But that'll be interesting to see how that works. But Ben would not be ideal for Georgia Tech or.
That's right. I saw somebody
Boston
earlier
College.
put in there, like somebody put in the chat earlier of, does Ben get a call from K-State? Man, that's a bad fit.
Oh, it's a horrible fit.
Okay, I'm glad to hear you say that, because that's just I trust your take on this thing, on those things, about better than my own brain. But my thought is like, man, it's not a good fit for Ben.
You know why? Because it's not Kansas. That's why.
Oh.
And you'll always be second fiddle in the state of Kansas. We're going to take a break. We come back. Keith Mandillo is going to be joining us. You probably don't know who Keith is, but you're going to want to, and you're going to spend the rest of today after you hear from him going through his YouTube channel going, this guy's awesome. And because Ross and I both feel that way. You'll meet him when we come back on the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Game on, keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
This is Iowa Wolves basketball. Fast, loud, right on top of the action. Every play hits harder when you're in the building. Now it can hit even bigger. Win cash in a VIP Timberwolves trip from the Iowa Lottery. Play Cash Frenzy for your chance to win instantly. Didn't win? Enter non-winning tickets into the VIP club for a shot at courtside seats with the Iowa Wolves or a Timberwolves getaway.
Hi, I'm Josh Romick, Service Manager at Willis Lexus, and I want to take a moment and tell you about our Willis Automotive Pothole Special for the month of March. Take advantage of our 20% discount on the tire rotation, balance, and alignment through the month of March. Give us a call to schedule or visit us online at willislexus.com.
Hey, Tanner with Liberty Lawn and Landscape here. It may be chilly now, but before you know it, spring will be here. We are now booking for spring, so get a hold of us to schedule your next project today. Serving the Des Moines Metro, we specialize in a variety of services such as retaining walls, paver patios, edging and rocking, and much more. Now offering 3D renderings to show you exactly how your project will look before beginning. Liberty is proudly veteran-owned and ready to serve you today.
Hi, it's Noel. At Fiskus Jewelers, we're honored by the fact that our customers continue to come back on purpose, and that trust means everything to us. For years, we've been privileged to be a part of life's most meaningful moments, and we never take that responsibility lightly. We proudly offer the largest inventory in Ankeny, cutting-edge custom designs, including free CAD drawings, and a team that takes the time to get it right. Thank you for choosing us year after year. Fiskus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
The largest selection of German beer in the world? You'll find it at the Hessen House. From Doppelbocks to Oktoberfest to Hefeweizens and Dunkels, there's no passport needed for the deliciously different beer and food at the Hessen House. So grab your friends and make it a fun night out. The Hessen House, 4th and Court, Des Moines.
Hi, I'm Tom, owner of Central City Liquors. Our customers love us because we offer a large selection at an affordable price. And to keep costs low for you, we don't splurge on fancy promotions and expensive equipment. This commercial is being shot on a phone taped to a stick. Anyway, we are proud to announce our new rewards program that allows customers to save more the more they buy. Whoop. So don't spend more to pay for fancy commercials. Save at Central City, where we know what's important. I told you we should have used duct tape.
Hi, I'm Sean McFarland, Service Manager here at Mini of Des Moines. It's pothole season, which is why now we're offering a 20% discount when you purchase a tire rotation, balance, and alignment. Please give us a call or visit us online at miniofdesmoines.com to set your appointment.
Back like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Hey, do you need new floors? Iowa Floor Covering and Bondurant has you covered with carpet, hardwood tile, luxury vinyl, and more, plus expert sales and installation you can trust. That's Iowa Floor Covering. Good people, great floors. Visit iowafloorcovering.com today. You know, about a month and a half ago, we were talking about the Rutgers financial situation and how they're $500 million in debt because, well, you know, that's the way of college athletics. And I found Keith Mandillo, and I hope I'm saying his last name right. We'll when we bring him on, we'll ask him. And started listening to this guy, and I'm like, he's like a prophet. I mean,
You sent him
he's
to me. You're like, Ross, this guy's right up your alley, because I've been
Yes.
yelling about the finances, and I've been not yelling about it because I don't know enough about it. I've been questioning a lot of it. Like, man, I just don't think we're getting the whole picture here. I have loved diving into Keith Mandillo's YouTube videos, and some of they're very easy, 7 to 10 minutes sometimes, great breakdowns of what's happening inside of different institutions and really on the NCAA as a whole. Keith, thank you so much for giving us time this morning, sir. How are you?
Hey, guys, how are you? Awesome to be here.
Yeah, I mean, to me, you're the hottest thing on YouTube right now. I don't know if your channel's growing, but if people who follow this stuff, and the funny thing is, you're an athletic director at a Division III school. You're a women's basketball coach. You run kind of like a recruiting service. How did you start going down the financials of all this stuff? Because it's crazy.
Well, I mean, just being in athletics, even though I'm at a Division III institution, we still, I'm like 20 minutes outside of the city of Philadelphia. So a lot of my friends are Division I administrators or coaches, and without naming names, which I won't, you just talk to them, and they're trying to figure out their own NIL compensation, and they're trying to figure out how to pay players. And quite frankly, a couple of them are saying, we don't know if we can do this for another year. And that just went down the rabbit hole. Just, you Google stuff, you look stuff online, and you just do your own research. And that's how I really got into it. I'm understanding that this isn't a mid-major issue or a small Division I school issue. This is a Power 4 conference issue. And I think that's no evident than Rutgers. And then obviously being in Division III, you see all these schools that are Division I that are, I hate to say dropping down, but are moving to Division III because they quite frankly just can't afford to be Division I school anymore. And they're not even opting in to the House settlement.
All right. So can we,
Well, I was going to say, is this a house of cards? I mean, are they playing on borrowed time, or will this be just the elite and then everybody else? What's your prediction here?
Well, that's a great question, because even my wife, who works at a major Division I institution as a professor, we talk about it all the time. I don't know, because I don't know if the financials that they're reporting are 100% accurate. If they are remotely close, then yes, I do think this is just a big game of Jenga, and then something's going to fall. And I just don't know how you can raise student fees. You can cut positions on campuses. You can consolidate positions on campus. You can take away athletic scholarships at the quote unquote Olympic sports and just continue to do it year after year. I don't think it's sustainable.
So, Keith, when does this stuff come to an end? Because I love you did a good deep dive on Louisville. That again, that might be another one that a lot of folks aren't real familiar with. But the Rutgers thing to me is fascinating. I read an article last week on ESPN where they did a deep dive into their finances and spent a lot of money to figure out that their big problem was spending.
Yeah,
that they're half of their budget basically is coaches' salaries.
Yeah, well, in that piece I did, and again, it's a small piece because I don't think people really want to watch 25 minutes of someone mismanaging their budget. But their athletic director, she even said, this isn't the worst year coming. Like, there's more bad years coming. And to be able to project that, I mean, I guess if you're an accountant and you're a finance major, you can project losses moving forward. But when she said, and these are my words, but this isn't even the worst yet. Like, how do you say, let's keep doing this?
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, go ahead.
No. Do you predict that bubble bursting at any point, or what eventually causes this system to check itself?
All right. So let me kind of backtrack. So I talked to a lot of people at the NCAA, mostly Division III. And the one question when the leadership at the NCAA, when we meet via Zoom as conference commissioners or one-on-one as an athletic director to the leadership, the one question I asked was, how nervous are you that the Power Fours are going to take their ball and run with it? And they say yes. Every day we talk about it. Because not a lot of people know this, but Division II and III NCAA championships and a lot of their programming is funded. Mostly all of it is funded through the CBS men's basketball tournament contract. And now that contract, I don't know the exact, I think there's still like another 8 years left to it or something like that. But contracts can be renegotiated. And if that money goes away, the bigger piece for people like us is Division 2 and 3 having no funding whatsoever. Because if you're the big dog, if you're at the top of the food chain, why do you want to continue to share your revenue with whomever, whether it's mid-majors, whether it's low Division 1s, whether it's 2 and 3? Why would you want to continue to do that when you're trying to pay players and trying to meet budget?
It's crazy. We
and
get the question
trying to pay coaches dozens of millions of dollars a year.
And that's the big thing. We got a question coming in. How are schools like Rutgers and UCLA surviving? Is it loans? Well, either that or you're working outside the athletic budget to where the school has to pick up the rest of the tab, right? Is it like, well, it's...
Yeah, 100%. And people on those on the comments in YouTube and all the other social media platforms, they always come back with, well, their endowment is X. I think they're fine. Well, I think a lot of people don't realize a lot of those big schools' endowments are restricted. And I don't know all the ins and outs because they're not made public, but a lot of those endowments, you can't draw money in order to pay for salaries, budget, operating, and stuff like that. So they're just drawing money. Like I mentioned earlier, they're constantly like a school that has 25,000 students, you raise tuition like an activity fee by $100. It's a lot of money. And if you keep doing that over and over and over again and consolidating, like I'll give you an example how they're paying for it. A friend of mine coaches at a mid-major. He's in administration at a mid-major. Their baseball team, under the House settlement, because they opted in, is allowed to have 36 on the roster. I think it's 36 off the top of my head. And they traditionally fund 9 scholarships. Next year, they're funding 3.
Oh, wow.
This is a Division I institution that's, and again, I don't want to, it's at a conference that and it's a slightly below the Big East, but kind of above the Patriot League.
So you're talking about the Missouri Valley Conference.
Well, not exactly, because I'm from Philadelphia. But you get the idea. There's a lot of these schools that are in this conference from Philadelphia.
Oh.
So I think you see a lot of that. I think you see a lot of scholarships at those other sports being cut. Now, here's the yin and the yang. You have to fund certain sports because of Title IX.
Yeah.
And if you don't, and now Title IX is only as good as if someone wants to sue you, if there's some, inequity going on in your department. So they're constantly cutting. And, instead of the school, I don't know anyone at this school, so I can mention it. So a school outside of Philadelphia is LaSalle University. A couple of years ago, they cut baseball because they didn't have enough money to fund it. And then just last year, they brought it back because they realized the Division III model is if you have 40 on your roster and they're all tuition-paying students, there's revenue in that.
Yeah.
And I don't know the ins and outs of their scholarships, but I can guarantee you, and I wasn't talking about them earlier, I can guarantee it's probably around 3.
Wow. That's crazy. Now, this isn't a political question, but the president's going to have like a Saving College Sports symposium at the White House.
We're good. Everybody relax.
And he said he's going to issue an executive order that's going to sweepingly fix college sports. I know Jamie Pollard, the athletic director from Iowa State, is going to this. Is this a governmental problem? I don't like government intervention. I don't think government can solve people's problems. But is the government the only people who can fix this?
Well, so you I don't know if you went to my YouTube channel today, but every Monday I put something out, and I did a quick 14-minute little segment on the meeting he had last week with all the conference commissioners, Nick Saban, Urban Meyer. I don't know if government can fix this. They can't fix their own, financial problems. So I don't know if they can fix athletics, but I guess, and again, I don't know Donald Trump, and I don't know what he's thinking, but right now, what's going to happen is all these institutions who are relying on federal funding will some way, shape, or form have to answer to the federal government. So if you're getting financial aid, whether it's Pell Grants and stuff like that, and you're not spending your own money for scholarships, and I'm just harking on what my advancement people and what our enrollment people talk about, is the government wants answers on certain things. And it's just not the money they give you, it's what you're doing with your own money. So I do think that the federal government at some point in time does have to step in.
Keith, that's been my I'm a conspiracy theorist. That's been my thought of why the NCAA has kind of allowed the Charles Bediako situation to be such a roller coaster back and forth. They've intentionally allowed this to get so weird because they want Congress to step in and basically do exactly what the president threatened, which was, boy, wouldn't this all be better if we just went back to the way it was in the 90s? That's what I think they're hoping for.
So I'm not speaking out of turn, and I'm not speaking for the NCAA president, Charlie Baker, but at this year's convention, which I attended in Washington, D.C., he has said publicly too, and he said it privately when he's met with our conference at Division III on Zoom. He said the NCAA right now is being run and ruled by court decisions. And I'm gonna make a leap to what he was getting at. And the leap is he wants somebody to step in. Yeah. Because like right now, think about it. How many since the pandemic, how many cases have you heard where the NCAA has sanctioned a university or athletic department? There's been no sanctioning. It's legitimately the Wild West. My buddy who coaches at Division I, he calls NIL, now it's legal. Because
that's fantastic.
Because the simple reason of, they were paying players years ago. Well, now it's just legal. And now people are suing, and getting back to my original point, they're suing because they want a 5th year or 6th year of eligibility. They want all that, and the NCAA traditionally says no, and now they're granting 5 and 6 years of eligibility, and that's why all this is coming to a head.
It's crazy, and it's funny. The NCAA now is going to countersue or go or protest the Mississippi ruling that their quarterback all sitting there. Now they decide they want to fight it. That was really, really weird. Hey, Arkansas just signed a deal with Tyson Foods to be the jersey sponsor for all 19 sports. They believe that all that money, and they didn't give a dollar figure, is going to be used for NIL. So maybe that's the $20 million new salary cap that they have. Is that just a Band-Aid in the grand scheme of things? Is stuff like that just a Band-Aid?
Well, you see University of Utah, I think it's Utah, who signed on the private equity.
Yeah.
And Kentucky LLC, their athletic department. I as of right now, it's a Band-Aid. Whether it becomes the norm, that's something to be said for. But I don't know. I talk about that all the time with my friends at Division I, because now you get into a lot of other things. So now a lot of institutions are nonprofit, and now you're bringing in private equity and you're incorporating your athletic department. Now that becomes for profit. And how does that, I don't know enough of the legalese, but how does that conflict with how you file and how you do your business all the time? So I don't know, Travis, that's a great question. And I try and do as much research as I can on it. But like in Utah, for example, they're going to want, even though the university owns, I think, 51% of that deal. Well, your investors are going to want a return on their investment. So if your quarterback isn't performing and your point guard isn't doing what he or she's supposed to do, who makes the decision to pull that deal and says, hey, listen, Joe Smith, who's your quarterback, whatever that out clause is in his deal, you need to get that out clause. We need to find. And then who's hiring the next quarterback? I said hiring, not recruiting. Who's hiring the next quarterback? And I think it's a big red flag when it comes to college athletics, how we know college athletics should be.
And then Keith, when you bring in those private equity firms, it's not return on investment next year. It's more every year.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't happen, big things change.
Yeah, that's a great question, and it's a great. It to me, it's fascinating. It's like theater for me.
Yeah.
Like when I watch politics, whether I'm watching CNN or I'm watching Fox, I think it's theater.
Yeah.
It really is.
It is.
And I think this is becoming theater. Every day I open up my browser or my phone and I see something, I'm like, oh my God, I never even thought that would happen. So from the private equity standpoint, one school's done it. And I'm sure there's a few that are looking into doing it. And like Kentucky has put one foot into the water on that. So I don't know how that's going to play out.
Well, is it close, Keith, to what the Big Ten was thinking about doing with that California, the California University Fund? Yeah.
I've heard about that. I don't know enough about that to comment, but it must be. It has to be.
Seemed like they had a toe in the water, but it was Michigan, Travis, and who was the other big university? Was Michigan and Nebraska?
No, Nebraska was in on it, but Michigan was the big one going, hey, we're not going to, we don't want to mess with this. Which
that was the entire conference.
Yeah. Well, the Big Ten in itself, I did a little deep dive in some of the finances of the Big Ten, and you automatically knew it wasn't going to. On paper, there's no way it could work out because people just think the football team's traveling across the state and the basketball team, but it's the field hockey team and the softball team and the baseball team, and they're not flying charters. Like they're not private. They're not just jumping on a charter flight and going. They're going through, TSA, and they're flying commercial. And if they wind up at Penn State to play a baseball game in March, it might rain all weekend. It might be 30 degrees. And now you got to fly back out to California and go, hey, when you want to reschedule? Like that's the thing that people forget about what's going on in college athletics right now.
We also have enormous buyouts, and that's something that we always watch, Keith, here, and we always kind of laugh at the fact that these are institutions of higher learning that signed contracts that say if you're bad at your job, we're going to pay you millions of dollars to not do that job anymore.
Yeah, well, I think this all started with me when I did it. I saw something on the gentleman who was at the University of Georgia that transferred to Missouri, and Georgia sued him on his deal that he didn't even do yet. So they paid him a couple $1,000. Then he left to go to Missouri, and they sued him for the remainder of his contract. They didn't even pay him for it. And that's still in litigation right now, if I'm not mistaken. Let's say settled out of court, and we don't know about it.
Now they settled already. They didn't do the announce what the settlement was, but they came to mutual terms. But I think another one would be the Washington quarterback. He was committed, and then he said he was going to enter the portal. But then they said, well, hold on, you already signed your deal, and the contract says the buyout is to what we say it is. That was vague terms, and he decided to stay at Washington because I think this lawyer said, yeah, you can't win here, so you might as well stay and be a quarterback.
How do you think that relationship's going to wind up? Like, I want to leave, but I have to stay here. I mean, listen, I'm from Philly. You're talking A.J. Brown situation in the locker room right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, you're from Philly. You remember Kurt Schilling and J.D. Drew. That's what that is.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if he's from Philly, you know what I know? He knows a guy. He knows a guy.
You know a guy.
I always say Philadelphia legitimately is the biggest small town in America. It really is.
Oh, man. Did you ever think, because you help kids get recruited, you started talking about money. What do you think about your newfound fame? Or do you find yourself famous yet? Are you getting calls by a lot of people saying, hey?
Well, I'm getting a lot of calls to do podcasts and shows. I spoke to a gentleman yesterday who runs a foundation for high school offensive line people. So I spoke to them via Zoom. Spoke to a NFL winning tight end, his class at Bryant University up here. So I don't know if it's fame, because in my own household, my two children they don't care about all this stuff. Because they're both in college. They're both one's a freshman, one's a sophomore, and they're like, Dad, if you show up in my friends for you page, I'm going to be really upset.
Yeah.
And my son's like, hey, my buddies think you're great. My daughter's totally different.
Oh man! So what? Go ahead, Ross.
I'm just glad I found you, Keith. I'm glad Travis found you because your stuff is great, and I hope a lot of our listeners are able to get because you dive deep into the things that Travis and I have kind of been interested in. We touch on, we can kind of nibble on the outside of these things. I've really enjoyed diving into your page.
I appreciate that because some of the comments I get they're calling me doomsday. They're like, "Can you report on anything that's great?" And I'm like, "I'm just reporting on what's going on." And it's like, and I put my opinion on it a little bit, but I'm just kind of really reporting on what's going on in the NCAA. And sometimes I get a little bit of an inside track because I'll get information from the NCAA via email every day as an athletic director. And I'm like, oh, let me look into that. And I'll just say, yeah, it's a great idea for a topic.
Yeah. And we should tell people, Travis, about Keith, you do help people get, if you have a high school athlete who you think is going to be in that process of being recruited, you have a lot of tools out there for parents that are about to go through this process.
I do. And I appreciate that. Yeah. And I mainly focus on Division 2 and 3 student athletes because I say this all the time. I mean, all my stuff can apply to any situation, but if you're a Division 1 athlete with multiple offers, you don't need what my service. And that's not a knock on you, but like you're already way ahead of everybody else who's trying to get recruited.
They're reaching out to you. Your system are for people that are wanting to get a little bit more light on their kid.
And I use this because I still coach, and a lot of the AAU organizations that run these events, they're in huge convention centers, and there's like 40 indoor courts. And my tagline or little elevator speech is, if you think a college coach is going to find you on court 32 at 9 o'clock in the morning, you're crazy. Because like you have to, people don't understand. I get this all the time. And I'm sorry, but like the Philly does come out of me. The question is, how do I get a hold of college coaches? And I go, well, get a pen and paper and take this down. There's this new thing called electronic mail. I don't know if you ever heard of it. So you open up your electronic mail and you go to the website and you find that coach's email address, you paste it in and say, hey, I'm interested in your school. Send. They go, no, really, what are you doing? I'm like, no, really, that's basically what you do. And they just look at me like I'm crazy, but hey, that's how it goes.
It works. So how can people find you? What's the name of your YouTube channel? Is it just your first and last name?
It's just Keith Mandillo. And then my website is keithmandillo.com. And you were saying it right. I heard you in the preview. So Mandillo is correct.
So here's the deal. We'd love to have you on again. So when money stuff pops up, if I reach out, it'd be great if we can get you back on because I think you're fascinating. I do believe you're putting out some of the best content on the internet right now. And we appreciate you just giving us a half hour of your time.
Guys, I appreciate. Hey, listen, I saw your preview. Tom from the beer distributor. I want to go out and party with that dude. That guy's awesome.
He's talking Central City.
Oh, dude, that entire family, that entire operation is like top notch.
I'm watching it and I'm like, that. I wrote his name down. I'm like, that guy's incredible. I love that guy.
Whole group, everybody. Thanks, Keith. Appreciate your time.
Thanks so much. We'll be in touch.
All right, take care, guys.
Thank you. Keith Mandillo joining us on the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive. Great dude.
I want to party with Tom Duax. That's what that's my
Who doesn't want to party with Tom Duax? We'll bring in Brian, then we'll bring in the Todd father, man.
Yeah. I would encourage everybody. If you and I think a lot of our audience, Travis, whenever we talk about this, we seem to get a decent response from that financial stuff with college sports it's not doomsday, it's theater. It's absolutely theater. I don't think it's going to mean the end of college sports. It's just going to mean a lot of changes coming.
He brought up something at the beginning that made me think, and you're a much deeper thinker than I am. But when he said, if they're actually reporting the numbers correctly, and I'm like, oh, funny math. You can make an Excel spreadsheet
for years, right?
Yes.
I don't think they're being honest with us about this stuff, man, because it's. And I next time we have him on, we'll dive deeper into that kind of contract, the buyout thing. That juxtaposition of we're broke. Here's $15 million to not coach. Here's $3 million to buy out the next guy. Here's $7 million a year to coach for the thing. Thought we were broke. But then you get a guy like that who dives in deep. And he says, hey, I've been inside, I've been behind these closed doors, and things are dire. And you see these reports about like Rutgers and the thing he's got with Louisville. He's got a quick little series about, and he even has a real good series about the 4 or 5 fixes that should happen with college sports. So
the great thing about Keith is, he's not a huge opinionated guy. Like you said, Roster, there are 7 to 10 minute videos that make you think. Just gives you the facts and you're right, the information's out there, but he's able to consolidate it into a pretty concise thought, prevent facts to you, and then you go, oh, wow.
I'm glad you introduced me to him. You sent me a video about a month or so ago and said, hey, keep this guy. We're going to have him on eventually. This morning, I even got up and watched his Monday morning video you were talking about. Fun stuff. Not fun stuff. Interesting stuff.
Interesting stuff. Hey, don't forget about the Iowa Lottery, because the Iowa Lottery and the weekly woohoo, each and every Friday we can pick up a prize pack valued at $90. Here's the deal, folks. Just go to therushradio.com, click on the promo tab. You can manually input your weekly woohoo. You can get started right now. If something had you go woohoo over the weekend, you don't have to wait till Friday. Go to therushradio.com and let us know what your weekly woohoo is. This show has been a weekly woohoo. I want to thank Chris Connley. I want to thank Brooks Reynolds. I want to thank Keith Mandillo. Good stuff. A lot more stuff coming up this week. Conference tournaments getting into full action. Ross,
good to have you back, buddy. Good to have you back.
All right, it is the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive.
Start spreading the news, cause it's time to buy booze, and there's only one place to be. You can see all your friends, the good times never end, unless you're just loitering. It's Central City, we can make your dreams come true. No guarantee your dreams will come true. Central City, all this booze is waiting for you. Look at all this booze.
Hi, Noel from Fiscus Jewelers. Thinking about popping the question? Take their breath away with a diamond you can trust. Rare and forever natural diamonds. Thoughtfully selected and pre-screened using advanced technology. If you don't see exactly what you're looking for, we'll custom design it together. Our experienced team is here to help you create something truly meaningful. And let's not forget about the guys. We proudly offer the largest selection of men's wedding bands around. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
As winter turns to spring and the world comes alive again, one thing remains true. Potholes can really mess up your day. From busted tires to knocking your alignment out of whack, hitting a pothole can cause some serious damage. For the month of March, Willis Volvo Cars is offering 20% off pothole special. This includes tire rotate, balance, and alignment package to keep you on the road. To get scheduled, give us a call or head online at willisvolvocars.com.
Iowa Wolves basketball. Fast, loud, right on top of the action. Every play hits harder when you're in the building. Now it can hit even bigger. Win cash in a VIP Timberwolves trip from the Iowa Lottery. Play Cash Frenzy for your chance to win instantly. Didn't win? Enter non-winning tickets into the VIP club for a shot at courtside seats with the Iowa Wolves or a Timberwolves getaway.
Game on, keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
Missing a quality home-cooked meal? You know, the kind Mom used to make? Lucky for you, we found her recipe book. Welcome to the High Life. Welcome to the Champagne of Bars.
Back to the Rush. Strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.